All right, so I think we're going to get started here. For those of you on the phone or on any other electronic device, you can go ahead and mute yourselves during the initial presentation. That'd be great. And then we can take questions towards the end. So just to kick things off, my name is Elif. I'm the head of analytics and reporting and strategy here at Toro. I'm joined by my colleague, Matt Pinola, our Vice President of Student Administrative Services. We are both Toro veterans. We've been here for longer than we like to disclose, and we are very intimately involved in the operational aspects of running the institution from soup to nuts. So that is everything from just student services operations, from the admissions process, all the way through graduation and everything in between. So it's just a brief background on us. The purpose of today's conversation is to really give all the folks on the phone general overview of who we are, what we do, and obviously what programs we've offered our students and stuff. So very briefly, and I will make this as succinct as possible, and then that way we can open the floor to any questions and stuff. Toro was founded in 1970 by a fellow named Dr. Bernard Lander, who was a revolutionary in the education space. He also sat on Mayor LaGuardia's Commission on Human Rights back in the 30s. So he was very involved in social justice and moving things forward to create an equal platform, equal education platform for the entire population. We were started in we opened our doors in 1971 with a class of 35, and we've since grown over the last close to 50 years to a global institution with approximately 19,000 actively enrolled students. Just give me 1 second here. Okay, so we've grown to an institution of roughly 19,000 students, and we offer a variety of different areas. About 35% of our student population is on the undergraduate level, and on the graduate level represents the roughly remaining 60–65% or so. Geographically, we're incredibly diverse. We are across the board. We go as far west as San Francisco, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Chicago. New York City, obviously, is a huge draw, as well as international locations in Berlin, Moscow, and in Jerusalem. So that's kind of the scope of the institution. And I really wanted to kind of get into some of the individual programs that we offer and the accreditations associated with that. So one of our largest undergraduate populations is our New York School of Career and Applied Studies. So we can take a look over here. And right down over here. And we've got a number of different programs within New York School of Career and Applied Studies. So let's take a look over here. So again, those of you who are just kind of reviewing on the website, taking from the landing page, just simply click on academics. That's going to bring you to the different academic functions in schools and colleges. And right here you'll see the undergraduate programs and the New York School of Career and Applied Studies. So the NYSCAS is what we refer to it. It's a school roughly of about 3,000 students, a very, very diverse population of students, ranging from members of the African-American community, Hispanic and Latino communities, Jewish, Russian communities, really spanning the spectrum. And we have critical campuses in a variety of different locations in New York, but some of our main campuses are in the heart of Midtown Manhattan, directly across from Madison Square Garden and New York's Penn Station, as well as campuses in some of the other boroughs, including Brooklyn and Queens. So we're quite spread across. And one of the great things about NYSCAS in particular is that we offer preferential treatment to our undergraduate students. What does that mean? That means that students that are interested in our health science or our graduate programs are given, applications are given preference. In other words, if a student in NYSCAS is a biology major and is looking to go into physical therapy, As long as the student obviously meets the minimum criteria for a particular program, we will give those applications an expedited review and an expedited analysis to determine whether or not they qualify for that particular program. In other disciplines as well, again, the same thing would apply to some of our graduate programs too, medical, pharmaceutical, and programs of the like. So that's one of the things that, one of the very interesting things is that Money Magazine actually ranked NYSCAS as being the #1 value school in 2017, and that's nationally. So, a huge selling point for us is obviously cost and affordability, but one of the main things that we do not publicize enough is actually the outcomes. And students that come out of NYSCAS are incredibly prepared for the future and whatever capacity that may take them in, and it brings us to the top of the ranking list in terms of being one of the top value schools in the country. So you'll see a variety of other programs on here. I would ignore these programs for now. Really, the only undergraduate population you want to be focusing on is the New York School of Career and Applied Studies, and that's this one right over here. The remaining programs, for the most part, are almost like religious seminaries, which are relatively small, and recruitment for those programs are done on the campus level. So again, focus is on New York School of Career and Applied Studies. In terms of accreditation, New York School of Career and Applied Studies, NYSCAS, and Touro, New York are accredited by Middle States. We just had a Middle States review about 3 years ago in 2014. We received a 14 out of 14 in all core disciplines, and we're reaffirmed and reaccredited for 10 years. So in terms of accreditation, that's about as good as it gets. On the Eastern Seaboard, the same holds true for all the other big colleges in New York City, Columbia, NYU, et cetera, all fall under the same regional accreditor. So that's on the undergraduate level. And moving forward, I want to focus on 2 other areas, and that is the graduate programs, our master's degree programs, and then some of the professional programs as well. So on the graduate level, again, on the same page, and for those of you just joined, to get to where we are, just go to toro.edu. You click on academics, then you'll scroll down and you'll see the breakdown, graduate, undergraduate, and so now we're focusing on graduate. So the graduate programs, and I'm going to ask my colleague Matt Vanilla to jump in here in a minute or so, but I'll just give a brief overview. Our graduate programs, although it's not split this way on the screen, the way we like to split it is we like to split it between what we call graduate master's degree programs and graduate professional degree programs. Now, what do I mean and what's the distinction between the two? Toro operates 5 medical schools and 1 dental school across the country, as well as dozens of other allied health focused programs. So we run physical therapy programs, occupational therapy, speech therapy, nursing, family nurse practitioner, law programs across the country, in addition to our medical schools. And those programs, let's put them off to the side for a minute. The programs that we want to focus in on are these programs over here. And these are our master degree programs. So we've got Graduate School of Business, we've got our Graduate School of Education, Graduate School of Jewish Studies, Graduate School of Social Work, Graduate School of Technology. And these programs in particular are programs that there's tremendous opportunity and tremendous upside to. We have world-renowned faculty teaching in all these programs, experts in the individual disciplines. The Graduate School of Business, we've got both educators and practitioners. We employ some of the brightest minds in medicine, some of the brightest minds in leadership roles in major companies and corporations who, because of, again, our focus on social justice and giving, want to give back to the student population and enable people to scale up in an organization and in a company. So the folks in the graduate school, the professors in the graduate school, are both professors in the traditional sense with PhDs and all the other associated degrees, but at the same time, they understand and truly know the business. Another huge value of the graduate schools, that business in particular, is its proximity to the world financial center. We are in the heart of Manhattan. The proximity to major corporations, the proximity to the World Trade Center, the proximity to all of global commerce is right here, and we have tremendous links and relationships with major corporations in the New York City area to help that program. The next program that I want to focus in on is the Graduate School of Education. Education, in our opinion, is actually a growing industry in the United States. There's a tremendous need for qualified educators to teach the young minds in this country, and there's a dearth of qualified educators. So again, this program has been around for quite a number of years. We've seen many successful reviews as well, but we produce some of the best trained educators in the United States that serve the community, that serve the entire United States and even beyond that. Currently, our focus for graduate school education has been primarily on New York City area. However, we do offer online components to it as well. And a prospective student, if they wanted to engage the education school and do it completely online, we would have that available to them as well. So just keep that in mind as you're looking and as you're prospecting potential opportunities. The Graduate School of Jewish Studies is a very small program. I wouldn't focus much on it. We have a master's and a PhD program. This is a very, very select program for people that are specifically interested in Jewish studies, whether it's ancient Jewish studies, modern Jewish studies. That's the venue for that. So if you do get somebody interested in that, you would definitely want to direct them to that. Graduate School of Social Work, fantastic program. We have a number of federal grants that help support this program and subsequently help support the students in the program. This is a huge, huge opportunity for people to get into healthcare without necessarily being a healthcare practitioner. The role of the social worker is ever evolving in the United States healthcare landscape. And this is really an opportunity for somebody who wants to be involved with patient contact, wants to potentially work in a hospital setting or in an outpatient setting, and wants to obviously give back to the community. That will be an opportunity for them. The Graduate School of Technology is also, again, a technology-focused school. The Graduate School of Technology allows people to get degrees in we have a variety of different disciplines and stuff, but some of the major areas include software development, design, and now they're adding in a new program a master's degree in data analytics. So an opportunity for people to get into the tech space is something that they might be interested in. I told everyone to kind of ignore the medical schools and dental schools right now. Let's go ahead and ignore them, but we will focus in on a few specific programs that I think are of note and are definitely our opportunity-driven programs. The Touro College of Pharmacy. So we have Touro College of Pharmacy in New York, and then we also have a College of Pharmacy out in California. Ignore the pharmacy program in California. This program is pretty full up, but the College of Pharmacy here in New York has definitely had some of its challenges in recent years, just from some local market competition. We've changed a number of things. Most recently, we had required an in-person interview for the College of Pharmacy, which is a major inhibitor if you're a student or a prospective student living in Seattle, Washington, or in Los Angeles, California. It's quite cost prohibitive to get on a plane and spend $500 for a plane and $500 for hotels and accommodations to come to New York simply for an interview. We have actually since eliminated that. We now have the ability to handle interviews on a remote capacity, whether via Skype or via Zoom. So you want to keep that in mind while potentially looking at the marketplace. Again, to expand your horizons. We're no longer looking for people specifically in the New York City area. There's huge opportunity, a huge market, and we have some deep partnerships both in the local community as well as with some of the big pharmaceutical and the big pharmacy chains in the United States, Walgreens, CVS, et cetera. Did you want anything to that, Matt?
One nursing.
Okay. Another program, two more programs I want to focus in on is the nursing program. So we offer a New York-based nursing degree that is available to many different students, and that's in our School of Health Sciences. It's actually not listed out over here, so I'll get everybody that link. But the School of Nursing, again, is a huge opportunity for people to get into the healthcare space, get involved. and to go ahead and get involved in primary care medicine. And the program is just an associate's degree program. It's an associate's degree program and can lead to a bachelor's degree program as well. Do you want to add anything to that one, Matt?
No. But what I did want to kind of focus on, from the perspective of competitive advantages, is the fact that being in the heart of New York City gives us access to the best internships and the best career services of basically any school out there. Our faculty and our leadership have deep ties to the community. So when you go to Toro, you can count on getting a really good internship, and then when you get out of here, getting a really good job in your field of study. So we really want you to kind of press on people for that. From a rep perspective, what we wanted to tell you is we treat our reps, we try to treat our reps like family. So we look at you as an extension of us. We expect you to broadcast to the world how great Toro is, but to kind of talk about our integrity and talk about how we care about our students and how we care about student outcomes. And from a personal perspective, you being a part of our network, you'll get preferential treatment in terms of getting any of your students to be looked at. If you've got an issue, anything that you need as a rep, you're going to get red carpet service from us to make sure that you have everything you need for you to be successful. We look at this as a partnership, and we only look at it from the eyeglasses of the student. And we want to make sure that every student that comes to us leaves satisfied and leaves with an incredible education in which they're able to turn into a wonderful career. So I think that is the selling point. I don't know how many schools out there that you guys are working with are, again, situated in the heart of Midtown Manhattan. This is, talking to people all across the world. This is where people want to come. And, we're excited to have you as reps for us. And we'll open it up to any questions you might have.
Just briefly, before we do open the floor to any questions, I did want to go ahead and, just for those on the phone, we are recording this session, so we will share that link with everybody after the call. Just really briefly, again, going to Toro.edu, you can go ahead and see the admissions process right here on the main page. You click right over here to admissions. You can actually review program by program all the specific requirements for admissions simply by clicking on the links for the particular program. And then the easiest way to direct people to apply is you just hit the Apply Now button. So it's also, if you wanted to give people a direct link, it would just be apply.toro.edu, and that'll bring you to our application service. What they're going to have to do is they'll have to create an account for the first time, and they'll have to put in some basic information, but once they're in, they'll go ahead and they'll be able to select the specific program that they're looking to apply to. So that's really just a housekeeping item. If I'd like to open the floor to some questions, perhaps the easiest way might be to even just type the questions out into the chat box, and then we can go ahead and answer those questions from there. Ed, did you want to add anything?
Just coming on. Absolutely. First and foremost, the School of Pharmacy and being able to, the fact that you folks have accommodated us by eliminating the need for an in-person interview is awesome. I want to thank you for that. I want to encourage everyone on the call and everyone listening to this. I have visited that School of Pharmacy. I have met with some of the instructors, some of the admissions people. I've looked at the research they've done. Please take a very careful look at the School of Pharmacy. I don't know how many of you agents get the opportunity to work with a school that's pioneered in research in so many areas. So the pharmacy piece is awesome, and I want to thank Matt and SFI for adjusting that program. Steve, you and I talked about this, about not being able to accommodate the interview, and they've changed it for us. So I think that's absolutely exciting.
That's absolutely excellent. Yeah, it's great from the support perspective that we managed to get that done as well.
And Svi or Matt, just to be clear on the School of Pharmacy, this is a PhD in pharmacy, correct?
That is correct.
So people are coming out of this program with a doctorate. That's just very, very cool.
Right. They'll come out of the program with as a PharmD, and that would allow them to get into pretty much any major pharmacy chain, hospital, in a both clinical and also pharmacy role. Yeah, ballpark salaries typically start around 6 figures or so for those types of positions. And if it wasn't clear to the folks on the call, I mean, we wouldn't be wasting your time. We participate in all the visa programs and stuff. So obviously, students that are looking to come from abroad to the United States, as long as they can provide all the requisite documentation and support letters and whatnot, we would have them work with our international student team to ensure proper entry and documentation into the country as well.
One thing that I talked to you, Ed, about, and we want to share it with the team, after we see some, some productivity in terms of, where we're getting the leads and who's coming in, we'd love to fly those reps into New York City to tour our facilities, and see where, what we're all about. Meet some of the faculty, see some of the programs. Again, I have 200 people on the list. So as we see where the majority of leads and interest is coming from, we'll be happy to take the top ones and bring them to New York to see our programs.
So Steve, I hope you paid attention to that, because we're creating an incentive program here to bring the top reps into New York for a tour of the school. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that. Last piece I would like to add for everyone is, having personally met with the folks that run these schools, and whether it's with Bob over at Technology, Robert, who actually came out of career services. He had mentioned brilliant minds. These are brilliant minds from the business world that are so well connected within the companies, and their ability to get these guys jobs and internships, and the grad assistant program that is so aggressive, allowing graduates to come in and work. It's just, everywhere you look, there's just some great benefits, and it's an exciting school to be a part of. And at that, I'm going to shut up and let people ask questions.
Okay, so we'll start over here with Mary. Hi, are there any scholarships offered for undergraduate students? And if so, how much will the fees reach? So just off the bat, our tuition is incredibly low for a private, not-for-profit university in the United States. However, in addition to that, we do offer a number of internal scholarships that are available to prospective students as well. Our base tuition is just over about $7,500 a semester, and that's for a full credit course load in Mary's example for undergraduate students.
And that's probably one of the lowest, if not the lowest, in the New York tri-state area. So one of the things we believe in is, rather than getting crazy with these scholarships and discount rates, we'd rather just put the price up front. So we're priced a little bit more than the local state schools, but much less than all of the other private schools in the area. And as I mentioned before, we are either the #1 school in the country in terms of providing allied health education. So on the undergraduate level.
And in terms of international scholarships and stuff, we do offer, they're a bit limited, and it's reviewed on a case-by-case basis. So that would just be something, once the student is engaged with the school, that they would work with the local admissions team to finalize and see what's available. Next question. There are students in India that completed a PharmD. Please suggest the appropriate master's program. So let me just see if I understand this question correctly. What you're explaining is that they've already done an Indian-based PharmD program, and they would like to potentially continue their education in the United States. Off of that, I could suggest a number of different programs. A master's in health administration that's through our business school might be a good choice. Another option might be just a general MBA from our business school as well. I can't speak to the transferability of a PharmD from an Indian program to the United States. I'm just being open and transparent about that. That's something that I would have to do a bit more research in, which we absolutely will. We'll circle back to you on that. But definitely, a program that might be worth looking into is some of the master's programs to get involved on that level. The next question, do you offer bachelor's degrees online? Is there any for physiotherapy? So we do have an online program. It's called Touro University Worldwide, and they offer a wide range of degrees everywhere from undergraduate, masters, and they even have a number of doctoral programs, and that's fully online. That's definitely not the focus of this call right now, but it's something we could certainly explore if there is, more interest in it. In terms of physiotherapy, we do offer a post-professional doctorate, which is essentially a wraparound program specifically for foreign-trained physical therapists. So, and we do have, and I do believe that program is offered online, Mary. So if you do have foreign-trained physiotherapists, or what we call in the U.S. physical therapists, we do have the infrastructure to support that. And they would definitely, the program is really geared specifically for internationally trained students. So I'll get you some more information on that as well. What will the mode of tuition fee payment be before I-20 or after visa approval from the U.S. Embassy, next installment of payment? I don't have the answer to that. I can definitely get us the answer to that. I'd have to talk to our Director of International Affairs to get exact confirmation on that one, Naveed. So we'll write now and down, and then I will definitely circle back with some of those answers. Okay. A student from India with a bachelor's in pharmacy is looking for a master's in pharmacology. So again, my recommendation, a student that has a bachelor's in pharmacy is looking for a master's, I would recommend them to our PharmD program. I think that is exactly the type of student that we're looking for. And it's not a master's anymore in the U.S. It's now I don't know if it's a clinical doctorate, but it's a professional doctorate. And that program is definitely, a high interest program. So we definitely want to get that student engaged as quickly as possible. Any other questions from the field, from the floor? Okay.
Well, we thank you for all taking the time. We look forward to have future sessions like this to keep the information new and updated. And we can always take any questions you have at any time. Just contact. You can go through Ed. And have a wonderful day. We look forward to working closely with you.
Yep, and thank you all, folks. Thank you very much.
Thanks for your time, everybody.